Some time ago, I splashed some isopropyl alcohol on the cover of my Kindle, which left a stain. I didn't even notice when that happened. I wouldn't care much, but it was bugging me. What to do about it? And I figured if I would put something like a stencil on it and use more of that alcohol, I could clear out the color into some cool looking pattern. First, I scanned the cover flat to get accurate image of it and have put that in Pixelmator. Then I mapped a no-go area where the logo is on the case in the bottom right corner, and also I've marked the corners that I wanted to have some shape. And I had trouble with that. I wanted to get some cool look for those, so I started looking for both flat graphics and 3D models, but couldn't really find anything good looking. And then I thought that maybe Claude can do this. In the meantime, I also took exact dimensions and designed this kind of frame that matched the bezel of the case. So sorry because I took screenshots of just some of the prompts that I did, and there were quite a few, but I basically gave it that, and those were the first effects, which weren't exactly what I wanted because we were speaking about a medieval book type of thing. But then I thought that maybe I will make it more like cyberpunky style, and that was good direction. And upon my prompts, Claude came up with something like this, which I actually liked. And then with some more prompting, we arrived at this, and then I figured it could also do the back. And, it actually gave me ready to print STLs, not just shapes. So then I printed it on my 3D printer, taped it to the back, and started spraying. The effect wasn't immediate as I expected, so I was trying to help it by rubbing on the sprayed area. But after I removed the stencils, the effect was, underwhelming.
It did work, just not entirely the way I expected. So the pattern is kind of there, but really not. But no, not really. But that brings me to another idea.
So it was another round of taping, and this time I used professional painting tape as well as I masked the other side so no paint gets inside the case. I tried to do my best putting an even layer of paint onto the stencil. I was pretty sure I will mess it up in a few spots, but there was no going back at this point. After paint dried, the time has come for a great reveal. And to my surprise, it worked out awesome, exactly how I wanted it to be. So hopefully you learned something from this. For example, that you should not be afraid to try your ideas.